This mess, it's not just your headsets, it's your brain when you're stuck. And what if I told you the reason you feel this way? It's not your fault, but something that you can actually change faster than you think. Hi, I'm Dr. Amirah Hall, and today I'm going to show you how to untangle those patterns in your brain so that you can finally create the life and the career that you deserve. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you've been spinning your wheels and how to start transforming your life today. Let's be honest, have you ever caught yourself thinking, why am I still stuck here? You've worked hard, you've checked all the boxes, a successful career, financial stability, maybe even a few promotions. But instead of feeling accomplished, you feel stuck. Like you've been spinning your wheels, doing more and more and more, and you're going nowhere. Here's the twist. What if the reason has nothing to do with what's happening around you and everything to do with what's happening inside your brain? You see, your brain's number one job isn't to make you successful. It's to keep you safe. It's hardwired to avoid risk, to stay comfortable, and repeat the same patterns. But here's the truth. Every single day, you have the power to change those patterns. Now, let me explain what's really happening here. Every time you think a thought, your brain creates a connection. And over time, those connections become habits, automatic patterns that are running your life.
Every time you have a thought, you make a chemical. And if you have a happy thought or think of something happy, you turn on a set of neurological networks in your brain that fire in a sequence, a pattern, a combination that signals another part of the brain. The brain makes another chemical that's a chemical messenger that makes you feel a certain way. You secrete a certain hormone. Okay, the moment you start to feel happy, the moment you start to feel joyful, your brain is checking in with your body saying, Chris, you're feeling pretty joyful. And so then the chemistry influences you to think more wonderful thoughts. And so the cycle of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking creates what we call a state of being.
The problem? Most of these patterns were programmed years ago. For example, maybe you learned as a kid that failure was not an option, and now you avoid risks at all costs. Or maybe you were taught to make everyone happy, so now you're afraid of setting boundaries. Or if you're like me, you made desserts all the time to make everybody happy. But these beliefs aren't bad. They were just designed to protect you. But today they're the reason why you feel stuck. And here's the good news. You can unlearn these patterns. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a simple 3-step framework that will help you rewire your brain. But first, let me tell you about 2 people that broke free from those old patterns and how you can too. Now, let me first tell you about Maya. Maya was a successful architect who spent her whole career saying yes to every project. Her calendar was overflowing with deadlines, emails, last-minute client requests. And then one day she was sitting in traffic and she thought, what am I even doing this for? And she realized she was overwhelmed, she was burnt out, and she was stuck in that cycle that she didn't know how to escape. And when we began working together, Maya discovered the root of her problems. You see, she believed if she said no, people wouldn't respect her. And that belief kept her overcommitting, overworking, and finally burning out. But once she learned to challenge that belief, everything changed. She started setting boundaries, saying no to projects that didn't align with her values, and focusing on what work she really loved. The result? Maya just didn't get her time back. She also landed a dream client and doubled her income within 90 days. Can you relate to Maya's story? Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed or burnt out too. I've been there a couple times. And if you can relate, go ahead and drop a yes in the comments below. Now let's talk about Brent. Brent was a creative director who loved his job until one day he felt like everything was falling apart. A new boss came in, slashed the budget, doubled the workloads. And every day Brent woke up with a pit in his stomach, thinking, what's the point of all this? But here's the twist. The problem wasn't his boss. Brent realized he was stuck in a deeper belief. He thought, if I'm not successful, then I'm nothing. And when we worked together, Brett started to rewire this belief. He stopped tying his self-worth to his work and began focusing on what really, really mattered to him. And once he made that shift, Brett didn't just survive, he thrived. He pitched a bold new idea, turned the whole department into a company's top performing team, and reignited his passion for his career. So how do you break free from these patterns that are keeping you stuck?
Stop romancing your past. Start romancing your future. Stop telling the story of your past. Start telling the story of your future. Stop believing in your past. Start believing in a future. And that process is an unlearning and a relearning process. It's literally breaking the habit of being yourself and reinventing a new self. It's losing your mind and creating a new one. It's unmemorizing emotions that are stored in the body, and then reconditioning the body to a new mind and to a new emotion.
And here's my simple 3-step framework. Number 1, awareness. Start by identifying the patterns running your life. The next time you feel triggered, whether it's frustration or stress or overwhelm, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And what meaning am I assigning to this event? Just by observing your emotions without reacting, you begin to weaken the grip. Number 2, rewire and replace the old emotional patterns with new ones. When you feel a negative reaction rising, interrupt it. Take a deep breath in, shift your posture, and redirect your focus to something positive. Over time, you're training your brain to react differently. And number 3, aligned action. Take one small intentional step that aligns you with your new mindset. For example, if you've been scared to set boundaries, start small. Say no to just one thing this week. And if you've been avoiding risks, take one small risk, like pitching an idea or speaking up in a meeting. Every small step rewires your brain for success. Now, here's the deal. Every time you react emotionally, whether it's anger or frustration or stress, you're wiring your brain to stay stuck. And the longer you wait to change this, the harder it gets. But the good news, your brain is always capable of change. So the sooner you start rewiring your brain, the sooner you get to take back your control of your life. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about performing better. Because when you're calm and you're focused, you make better decisions. You communicate more effectively. You unlock your true potential. So here's my challenge for you. The next time you feel triggered, and these days it seems pretty easy to happen, whether you're at work or if you're in traffic or you're watching the news or you're with family, pause, observe. And instead of reacting the way you always have, try something different. And you know what? It might feel awkward at first, but trust me, this is how transformation begins. And if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let's rewire your brain together, one simple step at a time, because the best version of you is waiting on the other side of change.